Hi, I'm Nicole Kidman, and this is The Graham Norton Show.
So nice to see you all. Very nice to see you. And frankly, I'm just glad you all got here despite the train strike. Well done, you. Very good. Now, to be fair to Southern, they did manage to have some trains running during the strike. Apparently, we've got a picture of the 742 from Brighton. There it is. Not a joke. The service, though, has been so bad. I mean, one passenger decided to end it all. I mean, I'm not sure he chose the right method. Yeah. Any day now. Still depressed. Meanwhile, in other news, President-elect Donald Trump has had a meeting with rap superstar Kanye West. Oh, a meeting of minds. If only walls could talk. They'd say, piss off tossers. There are rumours that Trump met Kanye to try and convince him to play at his inauguration. And sadly, his only other booking cancelled on him. Yeah. Sad times. Listen, we've got a great sofa for you tonight. Later, we'll be joined by one of my chat show heroes. The great Sir Michael Parkinson will be here. Yeah. Talking about his interviews with Muhammad Ali, and we'll have music from singer-songwriter Jack Savoretti. We love Jack Savoretti on the show. All right, let's get our first guest on. She's a writer, actor, and comedian, and without doubt, Dibley's greatest ever vicar. Now, she's starring in the sexy new drama Delicious. It's always a pleasure to welcome back Dawn French, everybody! Yay! Oh, Dawn French. Hi. You're so Christmassy. Hi. It's Christmassy. Have a seat, do. She was Oscar-nominated for her role as Stephen Hawking's wife in The Theory of Everything, and now she's every nerd's fantasy. She's in Star Wars, and she's a woman. It's Felicity Jones! Yay! Hello! It's so nice to have you on the show. It's really nice to see you. You sit in there, Felicity Jones. He went from a breakout performance in Slumdog Millionaire to the Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and is now Golden Globe nominated for his role in Lion. It's Dev Patel, everybody! Hey! Welcome back to the show. Lovely to see you. Have a seat, do. And also Golden Globe nominated for a Lion. She's the Oscar-winning actress whose films include To Die For, Moulin Rouge, and The Hours. Please welcome the best Aussie export you can't drink, Nicole Kidman! You all shiny and shiny. But I've already mentioned the shoes, but those biker boots are fantastic.
Check them out.
Check them out, yeah.
They don't go with this dress, but I love them so much that I'm wearing them anyway.
No, you're making it work. It's all working.
Do go with that dress?
Kinda.
Yeah. Do you realise that your legs are like you've got as much leg as I've got actual body? Let's actually stand up for a minute, Nicole. Let's stand up. Look. Stand up. Look. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I sort of want aliens to arrive right now. So yes, women come in many shapes.
Now, it's a welcome back to everyone apart from Felicity. First time for Felicity on the show.
It is indeed. Hi, everyone.
No, you made me panic then because you looked at me like I was lying and I was thinking, been on before and I forgot. No, you haven't been here before.
No, never before. It's my first time.
Lovely.
Oh, so you're not aware of the initiation ceremony? Where your head goes down a toilet. And you always follow it with buying jewellery for the elder female members. That's what we do, isn't it, on your show?
Yeah, pretty sure that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Dev's gone all showbiz. You're in LA now.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Hardly showbiz, but yeah.
No, it's beyond showbiz. It's meta showbiz. And but now, are you back here for Christmas though?
I actually dragging the Patel family to my house in LA for the first time.
Okay.
So I'm bringing my dad and my mum and my sister and my best friend from India. So.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
Are you cooking?
No.
That idea is just funny.
No. I might bring some Nando's from London. Do you know Nando's? Oh.
No.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, Dev's got the gold card. Now, lots of really great things to talk about tonight. We will start with two, not one, two Golden Globe nominations, and both Screen Actor Guild nominations as well. Yeah, it's all going well for Nicole and Dev's performances in Lion. It's this extraordinary true story, and I wanted to, I mean, because it's about an Indian boy who gets adopted by an Australian family. In Australia, were you familiar with the story? Was it in the news? Was it a well-known story?
It had been on 60 Minutes, but I wasn't familiar with it. And then I sort of researched it and was astounded that it was true. Because what actually happens in the film, you can't believe that it's true.
Yeah.
I played Dev's mum.
And Dev, did you... Don't make it wrong, Dev. But now you play the adoptive mother, Sue, in the film, and yeah,
It's so cute.
Yeah, it's so cute, that little boy. We'll talk about it in a minute. But you have in the film that amazing speech, which must break the heart of anyone who's ever adopted a child, about why you chose to adopt the two boys you adopted.
Yeah, she had a vision when she was in her early teens, and she just decided that was her life mission, was to adopt. Well, initially it was one child. It turned into two children, but she could have children. It's not that she couldn't give birth to a child. That wasn't going to be her path. She wanted to adopt, and as a woman, to be in that maternal force is just a wonderful place to exist in. I love being a mum. You're a mum.
Yeah,
Dawn,
I'm a mum to an adopted kid.
Yeah, so that maternal force is it's a beautiful place to exist in.
And Dev, a lot of preparation for this. Was most of your preparation kind of just trying to be as much like the real Saru as you could?
Kind of, yeah. Like, as soon as I got the role, they were like, you know, you look like a celery stick, so you need to put on some weight. So I had to...
Charming.
Yeah, so I had to grow out my hair and all this, and then I had to go to the gym, which is like a very foreign thing for me to do. I'm very vocal in the gym, is what I've realised. I'm not the best at pushing iron. But,
Are you that guy, the guy who makes all those noises?
Yeah. I'm screaming. I'm like Woody Allen in the gym. So, yeah. But you know, that was 8 months of that and the dialect coaching, and then I got to travel around India on these trains and go to these orphanages, and it became a really kind of nourishing process for us all.
And as great as both of you are both fabulous in it. We must talk about this little boy, Sonny.
Sonny, yeah.
I mean, he's sort of half the film.
He's so cute.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Amazing.
It's just a light, that child.
So they found him from 2,000 children in an open casting call, and he'd never been on a plane before. He'd never seen a Hollywood film, and
He'd never seen a film until 2 weeks ago. When he saw this film.
Yeah.
Which he's in.
He's watched it like 3 times.
This has really messed with his mind. Haven't you seen a film? Oh, you're not in this one? Oh, That's adorable. Yeah. And is he travelling the world with you? Is he going to do kind of red carpets and things?
Yeah, he loves it, actually. He didn't speak any English when he arrived, and he speaks...
Yeah, now his translator
well
just stands to the side and he's like, answering his own questions. He met Bill Clinton in New York. He came to our premiere. And Sonny's just standing there, and we're all like shaking, and he's just like, you know, looking at this guy. Yeah. And I'm like, how do I explain to this kid? I don't speak Hindi. How do I explain to him the magnitude of who he's standing next to? So there's this big Bollywood superstar called Amitabh Bachchan, and he's like massive. I'm like, Sonny, that's Americans, Amitabh Bachchan, and then he's like... and he kind of like straightened up a bit, but you know, they took him to Gap in New York, and he picked out this bright red puffer jacket, and so he's walking around in his Q&As with these sunglasses and this puffer jacket. Yeah.
And all these people were involved. All the real people are involved. Is that too much, though? Because does it inhibit you when you're then recreating these scenes knowing that these real people will see these things?
I mean, I personally didn't want Sue, who's become a very good friend of mine, and I love her. I didn't want her sitting there when I was doing every scene because I felt a bit shy, actually, and intimidated. So.
And of course, Felicity, Oscar-nominated for playing Stephen Hawking's wife. So you've been in this situation. You've been with this woman you're portraying.
Yeah.
So do you have a similar experience, or was it?
Well, it's quite interesting. It's important that you get almost the person's permission, that you feel like you kind of go through a little bit I felt with playing Jane, there was a little bit of a trial period where Eddie and I went and spent some time with her and had dinner with her, and it did feel like it was much harder than any audition we'd ever done in our entire lives, because you sort of feel, you know, you need the nod of approval from the person at the end that they, you know, because they're giving their lives up. They're giving their lives up for everyone to see. So you sort of want to somehow there be an exchange that you're gonna look after their story in some way, which
Trust,
I imagine was similar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But and Eddie's been talked about, you know, meeting Stephen Hawking and sort of hanging out, and you sort of hung out as well, didn't you?
We did. Stephen came to set, and we were very, very nervous, and we, you know, sort of trying to do our, you know, going over the lines and wanted to do our best version of the take and doing these performances, and then afterwards, and they shouted cut, and we thought, you know, we were just anxiously waiting for what Stephen would think, and he said, he wrote down, and we were kind of anxiously waiting, and he said, "Would Felicity please be able to come and give me a kiss?"
Hello.
And what's wonderful about Stephen is he doesn't take himself seriously at all.
I'd say he was quite serious. I don't think there was a joke in that note. That was a, get her over here and make her kiss me.
I was hoping he meant in a kind of sort of, you know, avuncular, maybe fatherly way.
Let's hope that, yeah. And very quickly, we don't want to make anyone cry, but there are sad days in the publishing world in Australia. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm afraid Dolly magazine has shut its doors, Nicole. Dolly magazine is no more. And Dolly magazine was very important to you when you were starting out, wasn't it? Yeah.
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 I got on the cover of Dolly magazine.
Here we go.
Oh,
there you are on the cover of the magazine. Yeah. Looking stunning. They've got a giant Michael Jackson.
Are you being facetious?
No, you look fabulous.
I dyed my hair red. I was only like 14.
Is your...
It wasn't red like that. Everyone always thinks it was that red, and it wasn't. No, they dyed it red.
Inside, though, some fabulous high fashion shots of you.
Oh, God.
No, this is beautiful. This just it gives you an idea of the quality of fashion in Dolly magazine. That is a lovely... It's a lovely shiny jacket, and I have to say, these rope seams, I'm not sure they ever caught on, the rope seam. I've never seen them before in my life. But this next picture, this is... You can tell.
God, you're brutal.
So no, there's only one more.
I honestly wish my hair was like that now. It's so dreadful. Because I have to say, anyone that has curly hair that's young, keep your curly hair, don't straighten it, because after a while, you don't get your curls back.
Really?
So, no, they kind of become just frizz mass. I mean, that is frizz mass, but I kind of like that. But, yeah, it's gone. So I'm like an old woman now where I say, don't dye your hair and don't straighten your curls.
I like that idea. You know, when photographers in movies, when they're doing, you know, photo shoot, and they're always like, oh, look sexy, or give me something, give me this, or, you know, try this, da-da-da. What had the photographer said before this picture?
Why aren't you doing this to anybody else?
You look great! Is this the sort of thing you're after?
Would just say, can I see your pants?
I thought you were going to say something rude then.
No. No, we'll take it away. We'll take it away. There you go. Dolly Magazine, R.I.P. Now, Felicity Jones, this, I mean, must be the most equally awaited movie of the year. Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It's out now. It's a standalone film in the Star Wars saga. And it's before the first Carrie Fisher,
Exactly.
Harrison Ford one.
Yeah, yeah.
This is this movie.
And we lead into that story.
OK, so who are you in Rogue One?
So I play Jyn Erso, who is a rebel fighter, who is a real outsider. She's very much on the fringes of society. She's a bit of a delinquent. She goes around causing trouble, and throughout the film we see this woman slowly actually learning how to not be such a delinquent and become a leader and to embrace the other rebels, and they unite, and they're a very disparate band, but it's their differences actually in the end that make them stronger, and they're able to steal the plans to the Death Star.
And where there are nerd fans, there are nerd tattoos. And I believe you've had your first nerd tattoo.
Yes. I came across a male.
Just say it, Felicity, just say it.
Who has had the character of Jyn tattooed onto his...
It's you. He's had you tattooed.
Well, yes, I guess. me as Jyn, tattooed onto his calf.
Oh, I'm really worried for a second.
Because he's got a big cock.
Yeah. I know we've got a picture of it, and I don't think we can show that. Here you are. Here you are on a calf.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, man.
Oh, I see. There's his ankles. OK. So
That's amazing.
It's actually kind of an oddly good likeness for a tattoo.
Yeah, I'm just worried about what happens when the hair grows back. I'm going to be a bearded lady.
It's Planet of the Apes now. But it is proper kick-ass. You are not the girl in the film at all.
No, we'd all come home after work and we'd just be completely covered in bruises and scratches and scars.
But do you get... I know, because I've seen it, but you don't get the lightsaber.
No.
Which must have been disappointing.
It was, actually. It was a bit, at first I thought, you're in Star Wars, you kind of expect to have a lightsaber. But no, she actually has a small stick that she fights with.
It's more exciting than it sounds. Yeah, you need to rephrase that. That sounds really poor.
Yeah, it's kind of like a baton, a sort of truncheon, and she has it on her belt, and she has this special move where she kind of unleashes it, and then she's able to just take down a few stormtroopers with it. But
Wow.
It is just a stick.
Are you like a lethal weapon in yourself, like walking down the street? Could you take people out?
I mean, any moment nowadays.
Has it made you feel different, knowing that you could just go...
Yeah, I think it does. I think it does. You do martial arts?
No,
do you?
don't drag me into this.
I'm surprised.
You do, don't you?
Oh, man. Are you going to pull up a terrible picture?
No. They showed me...
Then I do. Then I know.
I have to say, they showed me the terrible pictures of it. We can't show that. Honestly, you thought that was bad. You should see his martial arts pictures. But now... what? What? No. What? Were you going to challenge him to a fight? I wasn't.
I want Dev to do it back there.
No, I don't. No.
He does flips
I don't
and
do that.
everything.
No.
Do you do flips?
Yeah.
You've been very quiet about this.
Unbelievable. You should see him. Come on, Dev.
There's no entertainment happening. I'm
The
sorry.
rest of the press tour is now people going to be trying to make you do backflips. So, being in big movies is one thing, but being in something like this, where you've got to... Do you have to sign sorts of all legal things and secrecy and...
Yeah, it is quite a burden for 2 years. There was definitely the whole cast. We all watched the film a couple of weeks ago, and it was finally sort of feeling of collective relief that at some point we would be able to actually talk about it, rather than sort of half your friends ask you about, you know, what's happening in the film, and you really want to tell them, but you have to really keep your mouth shut because you don't want to break all these non-disclosure agreements. And
I always wonder, because people talk about this, what happens if you do?
You are killed. By a small stick.
Talking of Star Wars, Dawn and Jennifer, they strike again. I'm not sure. I am not sure if Lucasfilm... Did you have to get permission to do these?
Don't know.
I'm
about to be killed.
We've got a picture of Dawn. Are you Toby Jugs Kenobi?
Yes.
This is you, Toby Jugs Kenobi. Jennifer.
Amazing.
You also... I love this one. You did Princess Panty Padme?
Yes, Panty Padme, that's right. That was good fun, I have to say. And you know, I had 3 handmaidens when I played Panty Padme, and that's the eldest handmaiden, and that is Jennifer's daughter, who is my goddaughter. That's Ella, who's got 3 children now, for heaven's sake.
You're kidding.
She's a little Ben there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And perhaps our favourite, this is Dawn as Grandmaster Skoda.
I've got flippers.
I just noticed them! Oh, that's funny.
Awesome.
Happy days.
Now, for people who like Dawn French, oh, treats, treats, treats. Your new drama series, Delicious. This is... I mean, it's a new sort of Dawn. It's a new sort of performance for you.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, it's a drama, and Amelia Fox and I play 2 characters who we sort of share the same man. That sounds odd. But I play his ex-wife, and Amelia plays his present wife. And the man is played by Ian Glenn, and he's a chef, a celebrity chef. And although she's the new wife, she's very suspicious of him because, of course, he cheated on me with her. And she imagines that he's having an affair, and she gathers lots of evidence. And it turns out that he is indeed having an affair with me. I'm not giving you too many spoilers there, because there are many other things.
That happens so quick. No, because it's really... There's lots of intrigue
Yeah.
and plot twists and everything.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see you do things that we've seen you do before for laughs.
Yeah.
But now, you know, because there's love-making.
There is.
But very sensual love-making.
It is, yeah. That's weird, isn't it, when you do that on film? Well, you guys wouldn't know about that. I'm quite new to that. Did quite enjoy it, I have to say. It is Ian Glenn, for heaven's sakes.
Yes.
And
you see a lot of Ian Glenn.
See a lot of him. You do get to see his bottom, which is very nice. I mean, you know, female director, so I'm not the one that's showing much of the flesh. He is the one showing a lot of the flesh. And because the food is very important in this show, the food is at the centre of everything, and my character is a feeder, literally a feeder. She controls people with food, and she's very sensual around the food, and they've shared the food and their love of it for years. So the food is part of the lovemaking. So, you know, I'm happy because obviously we'll do sex for food.
Let's meet our next guest. He's quite simply a chat show legend, and now he's written a book about one of his most famous guests, Muhammad Ali. Please welcome Sir Michael Parkinson, everybody! Hello, sir. You're very welcome. All right, great to have you. Have a seat. No, you're in that one. No, you're there. You're there.
How quickly you forget.
I had to wrestle him off my chair. How are you?
Yeah,
you well?
Good, thank you. Yeah,
good.
excellent.
Yeah. And of course, you have interviewed Nicole before.
I have a couple of times.
Yeah.
We met in the lift in Sydney, I think it was the first time, many years ago. My second home, Sydney. I saw the movie, by the way, and I think it's very good indeed. I really enjoyed it. Wow. We have not met, have we?
Hello.
How nice to meet you.
Felicity.
And as for you, do you see her kissing that man in that scene?
Adorable, yes.
Guests used to refuse to come on my show, male guests, attractive ones, because she grabbed hold of them and kissed them. George Clooney was like this.
I think you'll find, Michael, that George kissed me.
Well, you were on top.
Just being willing.
It was every... I didn't mind George Clooney, but Ken Dodd? No.
Did you really kiss Ken Dodd?
No, of course.
Wasn't there a Tom Jones incident?
There was. Do you remember Tom Jones?
Yes,
You were
I
on with
do.
Jennifer, and his agent came to us and said, on the threat of death, you must not throw knickers at him at all. I was in charge of not throwing knickers,
Yeah.
and I made the mistake of telling you, and of course he was covered in large bloomers.
I think we had about 12 pairs on. When I just peeled them off and sprayed them.
His manager was not pleased, I'll tell you.
But you now bring us a really fascinating book. It's an insight into Muhammad Ali, a memoir.
Yeah.
And it's based on the 4 interviews you did with
Yes.
them, which I thought stretched over a longer period. But actually, it's 10 years, 71 to 81.
That's right. Well, that was a time, of course, where he went from being a world contender to world champion to the misbegotten man that we saw at the very end of it, and showing the first signs of injury that basically killed him in the end.
And when you first met him, he was already Muhammad Ali. He wasn't Cassius Clay. He'd been the world champion.
He'd made his mark,
Yeah.
that's right.
So there must have been a big kind of build-up to that interview.
Well, I mean, there was. I mean, in the sense that when he arrived in the studio, it was like watching a Martian arrive out of a spaceship. I'd never seen a human being who looked like him. I mean, he was absolutely beautiful. He really was. A glorious-looking man. And yet when he walked towards you, he didn't look that big. But then he sat down in the chair, and his backside was so big he couldn't get in the chair. So we had to find a chair at the BBC that was big enough for him. But he was so perfectly built that he didn't look large at all, you know. And the other thing was his hands. When he shook hands with me, his fingers were about that long. And they didn't belong to a man who was going to batter you to death, you know, in the ring. It belonged to a man who played violin or something like that. It was extraordinary. Yeah. He really was an extraordinary-looking man. And then, of course, I mean, he was the barman Billy, wasn't he, of the game, of the fight game. I mean, he was an extraordinary publicist and funny and articulate and all those things. And I got him through the 4 sort of interviews I did with him, if you could call them interviews. I got him in all his various moods, from madness to joy to all those things as well. And then, sadly, the last interview I did in 81, as I said, it was like watching an iceberg melt, basically.
No, it's very moving when you write about that in the book, because even at that point, the spark had gone.
It had gone, yeah, totally. And you're aware of the fact, too, that the man who'd graced this sport, who'd actually reinvented this sport, who'd sold it like nobody else ever had, and boxed like nobody else ever had, that what had caused that condition was the game he graced and the game that he served so well. Strange.
There's an interesting thing, because I think we all have a collective memory of the interviews you did.
Yes.
And you always remember him as being so funny and charming and playful. And yet that 3rd interview, which, you know, you read the transcript and you watch the clip, do you mind if we watch a little clip of that and then talk about it afterwards?
No,
just as an interviewer, I find it really fascinating. Watching you in this is really fascinating.
You
contradicting. No, I ain't misunderstand nothing. I done read you, and I done came on you. You ain't used to no black man, and mainly no boxer having no sense. I'm not just a boxer. I'm taught by Elijah Muhammad. I'm educated. Even Oxford University, your biggest seat of learning, offered me a professorship in philosophy and poetry to come in to teach. I'm not just an ordinary fighter. I can talk all week on millions of subjects, and you do not have enough wisdom to corner me on television. You do not have enough. You are too small mentally to tackle me on nothing that I represent. I'm serious. You in this little TV show is nothing to Muhammad Ali. And if you got some more questions, I asked them, and I bet you I'll eat you up right here on there. It ain't no way you can tackle me.
Wow. I mean, I watch you and I'm in awe. Because you didn't lose your composure, you're sitting forward. I mean, I would have myself, I think.
I confess, there's been a secret. No, I mean, I don't know what to do. I mean, I didn't know what to do. What do you do? I mean, you know, if he'd done that before to me, he was kidding. But there he was, he'd lost it. His eyes were angry and burning, and he was leaning in towards me and being very, very aggressive. And I thought, you know, if it's a jockey that's doing that to you, tiny fellow, then you're okay. But 16.5 stone of heavyweight champion, I mean, you know, he might mean it. And what was funny was after the show, that show lasted about an hour and a half, and that was only part of it. It was extraordinary demonstration. And all that had happened there was I had said to him that a very well-known American writer called Bud Schulberg had said of Ali, in spite of all he says about white people, of all the fighters that Schulberg knew, Ali was the one with the most white friends. And that's what started, except he thought when I went like that, he thought I was going to say, read it for yourself. And he knew, and I knew, he couldn't read properly, that he was semi-literate.
Yes.
So he did exactly what anybody would do, certainly a fighter in that situation. He came back at me and flattened me.
Well, he sounds a bit there like a man who's been told that he's not very bright, as you said he failed that.
Precisely. He had that kind of shame in him. He didn't want people to understand. So if I had said, no, you read it for yourself, read it, you know, he couldn't. Yeah. And then we ended up, and because I sat there, I thought, it's been an absolute nightmare, this show. I don't want to tell you ever again, and all that. And I went up to my room, and I sat there thinking, you idiot, you could have been better than that. It's awful. And the knock on the door, and open the door, and there's my father, 5'7", of Michael Parkinson, miner from Grimethorpe. And he said to me, now then. I said, now then. He said, can I ask you a question? I said, you can. He said, out there? I said, yes. What was wrong with thee? I said, how do you mean, what could I have done? He said, well, you thump him. I've got a feeling my father might have it.
Yeah, it would have been your last interview, but very good. When you look, because you know, chosen kind of 4 of your really memorable interviews with somebody as extraordinary as Muhammad Ali.
They're one of the best interviews. I mean, it was impossible to interview. It was just the most remarkable human being. We're lucky, aren't we? We've got this wonderful company we have. And you can call them up. People say, oh, I wish I could meet Dawn. But we have that ability to get who we want sitting next to us. So very privileged. But now and again there comes a person, and I don't know if it's happened to you yet, but it did with Ali, with me, who is so different. He transcends normal fame. There's something else about them. They're so iconic that they're irreplaceable, and there's only 1 or 2 of them you will ever meet if you're that lucky. And that's where I found myself in that situation. What's more, I mean, I did like him as well. I grew to like him an awful lot. And I thought when he died, I thought, well, you know, this is a chance to actually pay tribute to a remarkable man who didn't play a significant part in my career, but who I enjoyed more than most people talking to and being with and thinking how lucky I was that I was able to do that.
And does it annoy you that when people remember, you know, you did all the great interviews and you interviewed all the brilliant people, and then they remember the screw-ups, they remember the thing, you know, the Meg Ryan, the Emu, those things. Is that frustrating, or do you think, yeah?
No, I think it defines fame, doesn't it? I mean, you know, young people I talk to, I say to them, you should be careful what you wish for, because in the end, people will only remember you for all the foul-ups, the things that you most want to forget, you most want to remember. It's a pure definition of the joys of fame. There aren't that many, really. But no, I mean, it's the price of the job that you pay, and I loved every minute of it. I've been a very, very lucky man indeed. And I had the best of it, in a sense, because I had all these lovely old stars who I adored when I was a kid, you know, came that generation of Cagney and all those people, Astaire and all those people. And then this new lot that came through.
This rabble.
Well, this rabble.
The dregs, look what I'm coping with.
I had to leave.
I get it.
Listen, Muhammad Ali, a memoir, is out in shops now. It's been a real pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you so much. So, Michael Parkinson. Right, it's time for our musical performance. This man's had a great year. His song, Catapult, did just that, taking him from strength to strength. Here performing Only You, please welcome Jack Savoretti. That's terrific. Really, really good. Come in, sit down. You sit there beside Dawn. There's everyone. Jack, everybody. Lovely. Very good. Do a bit of greeting. Woo. They like you. They like you. Yeah. And last time you were on, you caused a bit of a sensation. People really reacted to you being on the show.
It was pretty cool, because we had actually put the previous album, to bed. And then you called, and obviously we came running. And a week later, for the first time, we got a top 10 record thanks to you. So thank you very much, Mr.
Congratulations. Very good. And so you toured that last... Well, actually, because I follow you on something. I can't remember. I think maybe Twitter, I don't know.
Twitter, Instagram, I think we follow.
But you gig all the time. You're constantly touring.
Yeah, we gig a lot. And that was the craziest part about doing your show, is that we've had good success with albums and live, but we've never had that song. And after doing your show, we now know what it feels like to play to a crowd that knows that song, because in the first 2 chords of the song we played last time, this is going to get very confusing for anybody watching. It's like an alternative dimension. But we did play the other song, Catapult. And in the first 2 chords now, when we play shows, the energy just changes. And we're like, so that's what having a hit sounds like. So it's great. Yeah.
I always think that when you watch someone like a band play their hit, you always say, oh, it must be lovely to have a hit that you can just start and, like you say, just...
I wanted the same thing. But now that was the closest I got. So
now you've got it. Jack Savoretti, everybody. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Really good job. Excellent. Nearly out of time, but just before we go, time for the... I'm so sorry we're doing it. It seems grubby and stupid what we're doing in front of you. We're doing a bit, Michael. We're doing a bit.
I know the bit.
Yeah, it's the big red chair. It is. Who's there? Who's there?
Hi, I'm Kim.
Kim. This is Kim. She's a self-starter. Yes, Kim. Got it. And where are you from, Kim?
I'm from New Zealand. It's a small island off Australia.
We're familiar with it, Kim. And do you live here or there?
I live here.
You live here. What do you do?
I'm a student, so not much. I'm finished studying, so...
Oh, you finished studying?
Yeah, I just spend money.
OK, so you're nothing, really. Right now, you're in the red chair. Yeah. The anecdote Olympics awaits. So off you go with your story, Kim.
OK, so I just arrived in Spain from New Zealand, and I went straight to my sister, who'd been living in Spain for a while, and she's fluent in Spanish. And so, anyway, she goes... Spanish? Spanish.
No, go with spinach. I like it. Yeah. But they're all speaking Spanish.
Anyway, she taught me a few phrases like hola, which is hello, and guapo, which is like a good-looking man, so very useful. We went to a bar on like the third night, and I just got there. There was loads of guapos, and I was like, yes, like... perfect. One of them was the bartender, and so she goes, perfect opportunity to practice your Spanish skills. So she taught me how to say, I want 3 beers, like the drink. And anyway, I went up to the hot guy and I was like, hola, quiero 3 pollas, por favor. He started laughing. My sister was laughing even harder. And then he goes, sorry, I've only got 1 of those to offer. In English, and I was like very confused until I find out that my sister taught me how to say, I want 3 penises, please, instead of I want 3 beers. So.
That wasn't. Even Michael said, no. It was not Chacho worthy. No. I did like that she was ordering bears and speaking spinach. Okay, is there somebody else? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, what's your name?
It's Kirsty.
Kirsty. Are you from New Zealand as well?
No, I'm from Basingstoke.
Oh. I have a great ear. A really great ear. OK, off you go with your story.
My husband just started a new job and it was his Christmas do, and he said to us, oh, it's going to be Best of British, so we'll go as Best of British children's TV programmes. So he was Bungle and I was Zippy. And then when we got there, it was the most poshest do I've ever been to. It was a red carpet and everyone was suited, booted, cocktail dresses. And I stayed the whole night. His boss, one of his boss's wife, said to me, I'd divorce my husband for less. And then somebody else said, I thought you were the evening entertainment. And they kept asking me if I could put my zippy head on so they could take photos of me.
We like you when you can walk. Well done, that woman. Well done, everyone who's going to join us on the show and have a go at the red chair. You can contact us via our website at this very address. That is it for tonight, so please say a huge thank you to my guest, Jack Savoretti, everyone. Sir Michael Parkinson. Dawn French. Felicity Jones. Patel. And Nicole Kidman. Join me next week with musical guest Katie Melua, Sherlock star Martin Freeman, Golden Globe nominated Naomi Harris, Oscar winner Dame Helen Mirren, and the one and only Will Smith. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody.